Hello, and welcome to the Elevator Pitch, hosted by yours truly, Sam Borders.
And Trace Maloney, the show where we create two movies and pitch them head-to-head against each other. For those of you who don't know, an elevator pitch is a short description or plot of a movie, so it can be pitched to an executive in a clear way. This is a special episode of the Elevator Pitch. It's
spooky.
It's Halloween time, so we're doing something special.
That's right.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't share this show with your friends.
That's
even
right.
If they get spooked.
You should do it even more.
You should do it more. When they say trick or treat, when a kid says trick or treat and they show up to your house,
punch them and then
don't punch
tell them to
don't punch a
listen
child.
to this podcast.
Do tell them to look at the podcast. Don't punch them.
Yes, don't punch children. Do tell them. Well, don't tell children to listen to this podcast.
Ask their parents if it's okay first.
With your parents' permission.
With your parents' permission, you can listen to this podcast. But yeah, we're doing something spooky this time.
Yeah, how's it going to go, Trace?
So, typically what we do is we have two wheels. Genres, and stars.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of the stars.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of one of the genres.
Yeah.
For this, there's a specific type of horror movie that comes out. We're going with the versus category.
Oh, yeah.
Movies like Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator, The Gingerdead Man versus Evil Bong.
Yeah, everybody knows
all
that one.
All classics. So what we have is now we have a wheel filled with horror movie villains.
Yes.
Some classic, some
not so classic.
Not so classic. And then what we're gonna do? So we're gonna spin that twice to get the
versus. Yeah.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin the genre wheel once to see if we can give this versus a little twinge of something new.
Just a little skosh of another genre.
A little skosh of something new. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss which wheel should we spin first.
Definitely the yeah.
Okay. So our first horror movie character is Chucky from Child's Play.
Okay.
Little doll man running around. Little fella. Okay. Our second, the person he's going up against.
Yes. Who will do glorious battle with.
Is Babadook. So we've got a little possessed doll versus a demon.
Yeah.
I've already got some ideas.
You got some ideas. Well, here comes the genre to throw all of it off.
That might throw a whole wrench into my plan. Okay, so our genre.
Yes.
Is. It's gonna be a comedy.
Oh, this is gonna be so funny.
We gotta make it funny.
That's right.
Here's the thing. I feel like the Child's Play, but neither of us really watch horror movies. I'll just go ahead and say it.
I'm a little coward.
Yeah, Sam's a scaredy cat. I just don't care for him.
Trace is a little bit of a scaredy cat.
I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat. I'm not as much. I do like the classic slashers. You know, you think of the Halloweens, the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Halloween 2. Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Friday the 13th 2. Friday the 14th. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Friday.
It's just the next day and he does it again.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So, I feel like all those 80s slasher movies had like shoehorned comedy, you know?
Did they?
Kind of like a little bit, like especially
it's
something.
It's really
like,
funny when Michael Myers was killing people.
Always said something funny.
Yeah, he said.
Well, I'm thinking more of Nightmare on Elm Street, where he says something, like he says a quip.
He's got fun one-liners.
He turns into the TV and he says, "This is prime time, bitch," and then he kills someone in some way.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
So funny. He has a quip for each thing.
Yeah.
I think Chucky did too. I could be wrong.
Probably. That sounds like something.
There
was a new Chucky, wasn't there?
Huh?
Wasn't there a new Chucky recently?
Recently, starring Mark Hamill as Chucky.
Let's get him back.
Aubrey Plaza as the mom.
Well, that's irrelevant.
And
Because
then
Chucky is fighting.
as a little boy. Chucky's fighting the Babadook.
Yeah, let's get back to this.
Let's get on track.
Here's the first problem I'm having. What does the Babadook do?
He's like a demon.
Yeah, but like, what are his capabilities?
Okay, so I've seen this movie. I
have?
kind of forget what the Babadook is.
Well, if you've seen it, then you should know.
Well, I've kind of forgot. You know my memory.
It's true. It is pretty bad.
Babadook abilities.
Give me his skill set. What are his stats?
Possession, teleportation, telekinesis, shapeshifting, manipulation of television broadcasts, causing hallucinations, psychological manipulation.
So from his skill set, it feels like our underdog is Chucky.
Yeah, he's a demon. Now, Chucky's thing is he was a serial killer, I think.
Okay.
And he was evading the cops.
Yeah.
And he runs into a toy store.
And he gets gunned down.
I can't remember if he gets shot or like...
He slips and he falls.
Something happens.
And then his ghost goes into a toy.
That's basically it. Now, the new one is because the new one has to deal with... So we can do that Chucky or we can do the new Chucky. The new Chucky is technological. So it's like a smart doll. It connects to your house somehow. It connects to your Alexa. And what it was there was a disgruntled sweatshop worker who made this doll evil.
Interesting.
Somehow. And then like killed himself or something.
Very fun.
And it shipped over, and he was evil, and he killed.
What if both are in the movie?
Two Chuckies to give him the upper hand.
Yeah. So one Chucky's like on the back foot, and then what's that coming around the corner?
Chucky.
Another Chucky.
Old Chucky.
Old Chucky.
It's the technology Chucky first. That's
Yeah.
the main Chucky because that's the newest one.
And then here comes the old one.
Old one.
And he says,
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then he stabs at the demon.
It's a demon.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Demons don't like knives.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see, like, it doesn't give me any of his weaknesses.
He has no weakness.
He isn't. Well, he does. So it's Babadook is
He's the one with the top hat, yeah.
yeah, he's typically portrayed as a guy with the top hat, and he's real tall, and
He's got a creepy face.
yeah, he goes
Trace made a very creepy
I
face.
made a creepy face. They have like a book, a little pop-up book.
Okay.
It's the Babadook book. It's probably not titled that.
Yeah.
And it's the Babadook is attached to the book. It's like a
Okay.
creepy book.
All right. I think we should start diving into the plot of this.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have much experience with the Versus type of movies.
Well, basically all it is they cross paths somehow.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like each other for some reason.
Yeah.
They decide to fight. They need to fight for the plot
Yeah, because
it's a versus.
the movie has to happen.
It kind of delves into their stories a little bit, like it plays off of those.
Like you were never there for me when I was a kid, Babadook.
You know, we're not so different, you and I. Chucky
Exactly.
says the Babadook.
I mean, they can both possess things, so
Yeah. And then one of them wins.
yes.
I'm looking up the Babadook's weakness.
It's week 2. I was trying to come up with something funny, but I couldn't.
I'm glad. Okay. The Babadook's greatest strength and biggest weakness is the reliance on theme, which especially by film's end tends to overwhelm the horror. Oh, that's the movie.
Oh, like the weakness of the movie.
That's the
His weakness is hunky
Is the reliance on
dudes.
theme.
That's his weakness.
Yeah. So it's talking about his. Okay, so his goal, the Babadook's goal, is to torment and harm anyone who refuses to believe in him. I'm getting that idea.
Okay.
I'm still not getting a weakness, so we can maybe come.
It's got to be funny though.
What?
It's got to be funny. It's got to be comedy.
We can make it.
We can get it there. Hit me with your idea.
Chucky
Throw it in my face.
Is a kid's doll.
Yes.
Chucky likes to torment the kid.
Okay.
The kid gets a Babadook book.
This poor kid. Yeah.
The Babadook comes and tries to torment the kid. He doesn't like that. It's kind of, you learn through the movie that Chucky has this love-hate relationship with this kid.
Okay.
So maybe this
So is
movie,
Chucky our pseudo good guy?
He's kind of a pseudo good guy. You also do have to remember that he does kill people still.
Yeah. He's not nice.
So his whole thing is he's protecting the kid.
He's protecting this little boy.
And maybe that's like how you said the Babadook has it, or like has him on the ropes because he's protecting it. Like he's there, the kid.
He's a doll, though.
Well, he's a demon.
He's
doll.
a demon doll. Yeah, but still.
That's just an idea.
No, I like that.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. So
We keep driving this boat for now.
Yeah. So it's gonna start. It's gonna mostly be about Chucky. Like you said, he's our pseudo good guy, so he's gonna be our pseudo protagonist.
The life of Chucky.
Yeah. He has this kid. Maybe it's
Tommy Pickles.
Maybe it's a soft reboot of the new. Did you say Tommy Pickles?
I might have.
I don't know why it didn't click with me.
It did take you a second. This is a dark reimagining of the Rugrats universe.
With Chucky and
Chucky
Babadook.
is actually Chucky the doll.
The Chucky doll is
Chucky, what's his last name?
Pickles.
Finster?
Something like that.
Something like that.
No, we're not doing the Rugrats.
Oh, come on. That's a funny show. It's so funny.
Sure. Okay, so let's get on track.
Yeah, okay.
So it starts.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to derail this completely.
Yeah, I know. It starts with Chucky.
And Tommy.
I hate you.
I mean, why not have his name be Tommy? Why not?
It could be Tommy. Maybe that's a nod.
Maybe his last name's Pickles.
And maybe he's a Rugrat.
He is a Rugrat regardless. Maybe he's a little bit of a stinker of a kid.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Like what?
So he's got
he
this bad toy
people?
too. No, he didn't kill people. But he's just like
he steals.
This is petty theft. I guess.
What were you imagining?
I don't know, just like maybe like a bully or
Just an asshole.
yeah, kind of a jerk. And so he's got this doll, and then it starts talking to him. It's like, why don't you
Kill your family. Kill your mom.
What do you think?
Okay. What about this? By the end of Babadook, I forget how he gets there, but they weaken him somehow. Probably through basic demon weakening plots.
Yeah, they get some candles.
Yeah. They weaken him somehow, and the only thing that they can do is trap him in their basement. And they have to feed him worms every day.
Ew.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's gross. So they move out or they die.
I was thinking
And then a new family moves in.
that both of those movies, Chucky and Babadook, revolve around a kid as well. So
Yeah.
what if
The kids meet?
the kids meet?
Oh my god, and they sick them on each other.
They have to sick them on each other.
I don't mind that idea. That's pretty ridiculous.
So which one is gonna be the bully? Do you still think Chucky should be?
I think Chucky's should be the bully based on...
Okay, so we're gonna retcon a couple of things from Babadook. Or maybe we set this in Australia, because Babadook is an Australian film.
Yeah, he'll get there somehow.
Chucky?
That's great that these kids are going to have Australian accents, too.
You can. So, yeah, Chucky is shipped there. Maybe the disgruntled factory worker made 2 evil Chuckies. And he sends him.
Maybe we find out that there's a bunch of them, and that's how
the Chucky overpowers the Babadook.
Yeah.
We don't know if he wins yet.
Yeah.
But that's how he overpowers him. So
it's a hive mind.
Maybe that disgruntled worker sends all of the evil ones to Australia except for one.
One accidentally got sent to the United States.
Yeah. So this kid, it's Christmas.
Yes.
And he gets a Chucky doll. That's where it starts. He gets the Chucky doll. Mm-hmm. He doesn't like it. He's an older kid. He doesn't know why he got a doll.
Like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I want video games, he says.
And then like the first like 30 minutes is basically the start of Child's Play, where it's the doll is doing things, and the kid's saying it's the doll.
Yeah, but
because he's an asshole,
kind of
they're
a shithead.
Yeah, they think that it's him. So, and I think in the movie it escalates to eventually like the doll kills someone, and the mom's like, "Why you fucking killed somebody?"
I didn't.
So the first 30 minutes plays out kind of like a regular Child's Play, where it's the doll. You learn that this doll is sentient.
Yeah, and then he picks on the weird kid at school because he has a Babadook in his basement and he's scarred for life.
Wait, how would this bully know that he has a Babadook?
Well, he doesn't know, and that's why he does it.
Maybe the kid...
I wouldn't mess with anyone who had a Babadook.
Maybe the kid carries around the pop-up book. So we're seeing this kid older. So the Babadook is... like
he's in his 40s.
He's getting to his 50s. He's kind of out of his prime. No, he's been in the basement for a while. They've been keeping him, feeding him worms, stuff like that. So it's a high school, like maybe they're freshman or sophomore.
Yeah, he's like, books are dumb or whatever.
And he notices that he has a pop-up book, like a children's
that's
pop-up
lame.
book. It's fucking lame, lame-o.
Throws it on the ground.
Yeah, stomps on it, pisses on it.
Yeah, pees on it.
Lights it on fire.
Yeah, very brutal.
So then he's like, I'll show him.
Lets it out of the basement.
There's like a training montage, because that would be funny.
What are you talking about?
It's got to be a comic. So the Babadook has been weakened for years.
Babadook's down in the basement. He's sitting on a couch with a beer gut.
That is fucking funny.
And he's eating worms out of a bag.
Out of a KFC bucket.
Yeah.
KFW. Oh, I dropped my glasses.
Kentucky Fried Worms.
Kentucky Fried Worms.
And he's watching Match Game on Buzzer channel.
Yeah. If they have that in Australia.
He's like, that definitely should have matched, he says.
And then the kid walks
How are
down.
underwear not pants, he says, as the kid walks in.
The kid walks down and he says, Babadook, I need your help. I'm being picked on at school.
He says, those days are in the past.
I'm a lot older. I can't do this.
I don't got it in me anymore. He says, yes, you do.
I ain't as good as I
Do you
once
remember when you
was.
almost killed me and my parents?
My
mom, I mean.
Yeah.
He goes, I didn't see the movie.
I didn't watch the movie. I forgot what happened. So yeah, he gives him a pep talk, and maybe the Babadook is like, no. So it cuts back to, he's like, fine. And then there's got to be something like
Maybe
Chucky.
that should happen before he messes with the book, and then after he messes with the book, then the Babadook's like, all right. screw this
so
kid.
maybe he's just bullying him,
Yeah.
and then later he messes with
Messes
the
with
book.
the book. Then the Babadook's like, what up?
Like shows he
Step
goes back
two.
downstairs. He's got a black eye as well.
Yeah.
It's like Babadook. He this is your book, and it's like
It's got
broken.
piss all over it.
It's got piss and shit all over it.
It's like, my book.
I feel like there should be something with Chucky between the first time we see Babadook and the next time.
I think he should have realized that Chucky is alive.
So he didn't even know what was going on in his
Yeah.
house. Okay. So, killing the neighbor's animal, pet.
Oh my god.
It's still a horror movie.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's fine.
they're like out. He like walks out back, and he hears like some rustling in the bushes,
Yeah.
and he like walks over to look, and he's like, "What's going on over there?" And he sees Chucky with a knife, and then
Yeah.
there's like a dead animal behind.
It's like,
him.
oh my gosh.
What? You killed
A dog.
or something.
He's like, hey, don't snitch.
Don't fucking. He holds the knife
Nerd.
up to his neck. Don't fucking snitch.
And he's like, don't call me a nerd, nerd.
Be a nerd. And then they realize that they're both bullies. They have that moment where
Yeah.
they don't like each other.
He says, you're not so different, you and I.
He says, "You're not so different, you and I." They get to this mutual respect because they're both assholes.
Yeah, exactly. I like that the story changed where now the Babadook is the good guy.
Yeah, the Babadook is
It's this, like, doughy layabout.
this schlubby fella.
Played by Bill Murray.
Oh god.
Voiced by, I should say.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they have their mutual respect thing.
Yeah, this is a good movie.
Gets back to the high school.
Then what?
Maybe he's like throwing paper at the kid's head.
And then he starts asphyxiating.
He's allergic to paper.
No, I meant the bully kid. Because the Babadook's there.
Oh no!
And Chucky crawls out of his backpack.
I was gonna get to
Combat.
the book thing, so he's like throwing
Oh,
paper,
okay.
and then he like follows them out into the hallway. The book scene.
Takes his backpack, opens it up. He's looking through it. He's like, what's this dumb book?
Oh, you
Throws it on
got
the
your backpack. That's British. I don't know.
Ryan!
Right.
What's this in?
It's your backpack, ain't it? But yeah, does the book thing. Kid takes the book to Babadook.
Look, it's all wet. He dropped it in a puddle or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever he did. Stomped on it. It's muddy.
It's like, now it's serious.
Now it's serious.
He starts to
There's
stand up. His back cracks.
Oh!
He's like, oh.
Training montage. Workout montage like Rocky-esque.
Yeah.
Where he's like the kid's taking Babadook to like training, and then there's like cut-in scenes where the Babadook is like standing in the corner, like looking at
Scaring people.
scaring people.
They're like, what's happening?
So yeah, get back.
After the training montage, he sneaks in the kid's room.
Babadook.
Yeah, sneaks in.
Sneaks into.
He like slips in through the window or whatever.
Whatever
He
he
starts
does.
doing the corner business.
He does like teleportation.
Yeah, so he's in the corner.
There's a really cool scene in the Babadook movie where there's a coat rack, and then the mom notices that it's the Babadook. Like she sees a coat rack and it's got a big overcoat and a hat on top, and then like you see his face or something. Like it's
Ooh.
the Babadook. So maybe there's
Maybe it's
like,
in his closet.
maybe it's in his closet. He sees his clothes.
He sees a top hat. And he's like, "What the hell is that?"
and then
I don't have a top hat. And then the scary face.
And he like does the thing where he like moves, where we speed up the footage so he moves real quick, and he's like in front of him,
Oh my goodness,
like leaning over him.
very spooky.
And then like we said that they're the monsters are protecting their separate kids.
Yeah,
So
this is a very strange movie.
it's I don't think there's been a good versus movie.
No, they are dumb, and I think that's the point.
Yeah, they're just trying to cash in on the popularity of the characters that.
Now they fight
Yeah, they're fighting.
Fight commences.
So yeah, the Babadook is like scaring the kid. Maybe he does try to kill him somehow, like choke him.
Yeah. Cue Chucky.
Chucky. Maybe
He's got a baseball bat.
like you saw Chucky in the room the whole time, but he wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And then when the Babadook starts moving, you see Chucky's eyes start to glow red.
Yeah.
And then it starts to focus more on the Babadook.
And then the whole audience claps.
Oh, like when Captain America got Mjolnir.
I mean, it's basically equivalent.
That felt sick to say. And then I was thinking maybe like Chucky runs up and like the Babadook's like about to kill him, and then he like lets go and like screams or something. And he turns around and there's like a knife in his back.
He's hanging off of it.
Yeah, Chucky's hanging off. That would be funny. How else would they fight? I mean, it would just be some like crazy fight where maybe the Babadook is like teleporting around.
Yeah, I think Chucky's running down stairs.
Yeah.
They get into the kitchen and he's just throwing stuff at the Babadook. I don't know. I don't know how these versus movies go. And I don't really know how Chucky fights a demon.
I don't know.
They can teleport.
Okay, so here's another cool shot I was thinking about. So yeah, they like get to the kitchen somehow and they're fighting. And Chucky turns out the lights because he's like a technology thing. He's got night vision. So he turns out the light. I don't know why Babadook wouldn't be able to see, but it's a stupid movie to begin with.
Exactly. So he's like, where is he?
He turns on his night vision. The Babadook's gone. So he's sneaking around the house with a knife.
Okay.
And then because we saw Babadook has television broadcast manipulation, the TV turns on.
And then boom.
Well, I was just thinking that it's like static.
Okay.
Chucky's like, what's happening?
He goes up to it.
And then the Babadook like reaches through and pulls him in.
Yeah, and then they're in match game.
And then they're in match game. That would be funny. They're in match game.
Gene Rayburn's there.
I don't fucking... See, you've brought up match game multiple times. Well, I don't know.
He's unfortunately not with us anymore, Mr. Rayburn.
Rip. So yeah, they're like fighting.
They're on the match game set. Nobody's there.
Oh, I was thinking it would be funny if there was an episode of Match Game, but no one was interacting. No one was
paying attention to them at all.
They're still playing Match Game as Babadook and Chucky are fighting in the television world.
I think that's pretty good.
It'd be pretty cool too.
And then we cut to a family watching Match Game. And they're like, what is happening?
And they see Babadook and Chucky duking it out. Okay, so
I think one of these days, one of these movies is going to actually kill me.
Probably. Okay, so we've got a cool fight. We've got a good reason for them to fight. Basically, the only thing we have to do now is decide who wins. It doesn't...
I feel like the Babadook has to win.
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't... I cannot think of a reason for Chucky to win.
Yeah. I think the other Chucky should show up. And then that
What is
spices
Match
it
Game
up.
about, real quick? Just like, basically...
Do you want me to summarize it?
Just basically
So, the host asks a question to 6 celebrities that are guests. And then they write down an answer. And then they ask the contestant to say what they think the answer to the question would be. And then they see if they match the stars.
Are there prizes?
Yeah, I mean, it's like money.
Oh.
It's not like, and a new car, no.
Damn, I was going to say if he...
And it's Chucky.
Well, I was going to... Because it's like called the Buddy Doll or something.
I mean, we could do, let's make a deal.
What's behind door number 3?
Chucky. Boom.
A bunch of Buddy Dolls.
Oh, okay.
And then they run up to help Chucky. But it's futile because the Babadook is a demon.
And you're in his world.
And not you're in his world and he's not a doll.
Yeah, and then he wins.
He like kills him somehow because he has telekinesis and shit, or like I don't remember his
And then we see the kid that owned the Chucky doll. He's like, no, my evil doll that kills people.
And then the Babadook maybe kills him.
Tips his
fedora.
Tips his top hat and says, my boy,
my lad,
my lad, and then he leaves.
And then he leaves.
And then the credits roll.
My lad, credits. Yeah. I mean, I think we crafted a pretty good versus movie.
I think so.
Okay. Our second one.
Next up.
Next
versus movie. Then we're gonna, you know what? Then we're gonna verse those movies.
It's a triple verse. It's
verseception.
Versus.
Exactly. It's verses all the way down.
Exactly. Okay. Our next movie, our first villain is The Invisible Man.
Okay.
Universal classic, Invisible Man.
Okay.
He is up against the Gingerdead Man.
Oh my god.
So everything else on our wheel, pretty much everything else on our wheel is like serious. It's like recognizable horror IP.
Yeah, and we've got the Gingerdead Man on there.
Since we've talked about the Gingerdead Man on the show, we had to include him.
And I think our version should be brought over to this one.
So we bring in Daniel Day-Lewis, Bill Murray.
Well, they might not be in the movie.
They might not be in it, but
he's definitely in it.
I forget who the girl was.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. Maybe they're in it. Maybe
she's in it.
Maybe they make a reference to him or something. But yeah, we've got the Invisible Man versus the Gingerdead Man. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I'm just trying to think. Well, what's the genre?
Okay, yeah.
We do need to know that before we start thinking.
I hope it's good. Okay.
I swear to God, if it's...
Okay.
I don't know.
Our movie genre is... legal drama.
The Invisible Man takes Gingerdead Man to court over the murders he committed.
So maybe
they are versing each other in a legal system.
It's a litigation. It's litigation.
Wait.
It's not even a horror movie at this point.
I mean, the legal system is the real scariest thing.
The legal system is the virus.
That's right. Nature's coming back. Oh my goodness.
So
this is perfect, though.
It's perfect. It's beautiful.
So should it be that, what I said, or should it be like... I don't even know.
Well, I'll be straight up. There were genres that we took off the wheel because it didn't make sense to have a horror sequel that's also a versus.
Yeah.
So when I was going through our list of genres, I purposely left legal drama on for the fact that it would be funny if they took them to court.
Because you knew that this was going to happen.
If it were spun.
Okay, so who's taking who to court?
Well, I feel like the whole thing can't be about
what if they're both being... No, then it's not versus. Then they're on the same side.
They're co-defendants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. It can't be all about court. I think maybe the first half is like we get a quick versus movie in.
Or the other way, where we have the legal thing. One of them is found guilty.
And that's
they
what
go for revenge
hatred
against the
See, I
Invisible
was
Man.
thinking... I'll tell you what I was thinking with mine. Because yours is pretty straightforward and I like it. But I'll tell you what I was thinking with mine and you can tell me how you like it.
Yeah, what's up?
So I was thinking if the first half is the typical versus movie, we have it end with not one of them dying, but one of them getting hurt. Maybe the Invisible Man gets hurt in some way. He slips and falls.
Oh my God! Are you
in the
it's
bakery
like
of the?
It's not even like a criminal court. It's like a civil court.
Well, yeah, because I don't think you can sue someone criminally.
No.
Like, I couldn't sue you for murdering. That'd be like maybe a wrongful death lawsuit or something. But he
That's
takes him.
really good.
He takes him for like a slip and fall.
My other idea is
Okay.
this. I'm trying to remember, and I could be wrong when I say this, but I think the premise of our Gingerdead Man movie was that Bill Murray was a lawyer that got him.
Oh my fucking god!
We
it
have
was.
the Invisible Man be his like partner or something, and then there we go. And then we had the first half of the movie be that court case.
What if?
And then we have-
What if the first half of the movie, we get Bill Murray back?
Yeah, he's in both these.
Oh yeah, because you said that he was fucking. He was the Babadook. Babadook. Oh, I hit my mic. That's great.
We've got a lot of ideas floating around here.
Yeah. What if we use? I know we didn't say when we originally made the Gingerdead Man reboot. I know we didn't say that the whole thing, like the court case aspect, was short.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of the movie.
What if we reuse that footage, but edit in an Invisible Man sitting next to
You don't
Bill
have
Murray?
to edit him.
Well,
You can say that he was there.
Well, he wasn't like. So we're insinuating that this partner it was naked.
Yeah.
He was sitting there naked because he's invisible. I was thinking it would be funny if we just edited in like a floating suit,
I mean, we could do that.
and he just sits. He doesn't say anything. He just sits next to Bill Murray, and we like zoom in on.
Yeah,
or
it's like,
something.
oh, there he is. We could do that. We don't have to. That's just an idea.
What
I do
sounds
like-
best?
I do like your petty civil court idea.
Where he's like he's not taped up like typical because the
The
when you think of the
Gingerdead Man
classic,
has opened a bakery.
a Gingerdead bakery.
Yeah.
He's got a Gingerdead house with a Gingerdead wife.
The Invisible Man comes in, slips, hurts his back, sues him because he didn't have.
So you're saying we start off with the litigation,
Or he burns his mouth on maybe a
God,
baked
that would
product.
be good.
And he's like, there was no warning on this. He's like,
still-
it's a
selling
freshly-
hot- he's
it's freshly
selling
baked
hot
goods.
chocolate.
And maybe he is
Invisible
trying
Man
to kill people with it.
spills it on himself on
Well,
accident.
what about that? He's trying to kill people with his. What if he's a health inspector?
I was thinking it would be funny.
This is so stupid.
I was thinking it would be funny if the Gingerdead Man was trying to turn a new leaf.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
And then he's
And-
like, I have to go back to my killing ways.
yeah, his whole losing his business because of the suit.
No, he has to go back on a revenge thing against.
Well,
the
it drives
Invisible
him
Man.
mad.
Yeah.
I like this. I like what we're crafting
is
here.
so
Legal
stupid.
drama gave us something really
This
good.
is so dumb.
I don't think we've ever gotten legal drama before. I don't think we ever would have had a plan for it, but for some reason
And now
it
we do.
works.
So what is the Invisible Man? Is he just a customer that burns his mouth on a cookie? Or is he... What?
What if... Okay, so we focus... The start of the movie is focusing on the Gingerdead Man.
Yeah.
We pick up where we left off in the other...
Didn't he die?
Dakota Fanning... We pick
Puts
up...
him in another cookie.
Dakota Fanning... We pick up Dakota Fanning is baking Daniel Day-Lewis into another cookie.
Yes, another giant gingerbread cookie.
Yes.
Maybe he's small this time.
Maybe he's a itty bitty.
Maybe he's a little guy.
He's a little tiny fella. He's getting baked into a new cookie.
Yes.
And he wakes up and he remembers what he did. And he's like, God,
It's
what
like,
have I done?
I feel remorse.
You added a sympathy part of my brain this time.
Yeah.
You gave me a sympathy gumdrop.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Um,
It's like, I'm sorry. And then they make up, they start a bakery. Bing, bada, boom. Here comes the Invisible Man.
you don't
Into the
see
shop.
him coming. That's the thing.
He's invisible.
You see the Gingerdead Man walking and he trips over something. and a whole plate. He's like carrying a little plate of hot chocolate. Like he's got a bunch of mugs. He's taking it to someone.
Yeah.
He drops it, and you don't see it. You just hear a scream, and then the Gingerdead man looks up at this POV, and you just see like the hot chocolate.
Some hot chocolate on top of an invisible body.
Yeah, silhouetting the invisible man. He's like, oh no,
I'm gonna sue you.
I'm gonna sue you as he marches out. No, you just see an ambulance. Like it hard cuts
in montage.
It hard cuts to an ambulance. The classic loading the back of the stretcher into the ambulance as they shut the door. They loaded the stretcher and it's just there's like nothing on it. We're saving money.
That's right.
For this movie by having so many shots of just nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's that shot.
He's like, what am I gonna do?
He gets. Maybe the next thing is he gets like served.
Then here's what happens. He has to go get Bill Murray to be his.
That would be great. Okay, Bill Murray. That's the next fucking scene.
So stupid.
That is the next fucking scene. Is that he approaches Bill Murray. And then there's like a funny little. I know this one's not the comedy, but we can add.
How can it not be?
So there's like a similar scene where I think the other version, our other movie, ended with them like with the Gingerdead man trying to kill Bill Murray in the kitchen.
Yeah, he pours milk on him.
Yeah,
he falls apart.
There's like a scene where Bill Murray, he opens the door and it's like he looks
and then
there's nothing there and he looks down and it's the Gingerdead man and he starts running through the house almost exactly how he did.
He grabs the milk.
Yeah, he there's like the whole thing where he's like throwing stuff at him and trying to fight him and he gets the milk and he's about to pour it on him and he goes, wait. I've turned a new leaf.
I'm a changed man. I'm a changed gingerbread man.
He's now he doesn't call himself the Gingerdead man anymore. He's a gingerbread man.
Exactly.
He says, I've got a sympathy gumdrop. And he points to
I'm not accepting that that's why he's turning a new leaf.
It's a guy whose soul was baked into a cookie.
Why didn't he just like realize that, I've got another chance to do
good this time.
Do good stuff.
I've got a third chance at life.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who cares? This is a fucking horrible movie.
This is
I think this one might kill me.
This is the one. I feel my heart stopping.
I feel my arteries clogging.
I feel my fucking head exploding.
So he convinces him somehow.
Yeah.
They go to court.
They sit down to talk. There's like this lengthy scene where he's explaining law procedure to him.
It's really good.
This may be kind of a play on the fact that the Invisible Man is covered in burn, so he's wrapped up.
Yeah, so he's wrapped up
like his typical self. And he's sitting there in maybe a wheelchair or something.
Yeah, just to make him look more
pitiful. Neck brace.
Yeah, he's got a neck brace, 2 casts on his arm.
Even though he wasn't like he didn't fall or anything. But you see the pitiful Invisible Man.
You see him.
You see him. Well, he's covered and stuff, so you'll see him. And then the judge is like, "Where's the defendant?"
And he opens up his suitcase. He says, "Here, Your Honor."
Oh my fucking god! Yeah. Okay. So Bill Murray walks in. And he sits down and he goes, "Where's the defendant?" And he fucking opens his suitcase and he pulls out a little suited gingerbread man with Daniel Day-Lewis's face. And there's a little, a la B-movie, there's a little gingerbread man-sized desk on top of the desk that they're using.
I think the worst phrase I've ever heard is a la B-movie.
Oh
my god. Okay, yeah, that happens. I'm slumping in my chair.
Of course, the Gingerdead man loses.
Yes.
He has to pay crazy amounts of money. Something that would make someone go, that small business is getting bankrupt.
Yeah.
I don't know, like $500,000.
It's late that evening. He's sitting in his bakery.
He's got his
realizing that it's
head.
about to shut.
He's got his head in his hands.
In his gingerbread hands.
His Gingerdead hands.
And then he looks up and he's got that crazed look in his eyes.
He says.
And the Gingerdead man is reborn.
Okay. So that's the first half of the movie.
Yeah. Then the fight happens. And that's the second half of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. So, could we...
I mean, this is a lot more normal of a fight. Because they're just kind of... They just have weapons.
One of them's Cookie, one of them's a man.
Yeah. An invisible man.
An invisible man. And the other's a Gingerdead man. Should we use Dakota Fanning somehow again? Because she was like a witch, wasn't she?
Yeah, maybe he should get baked into a big cookie again.
So Dakota Fanning walks into the bakery, and
maybe it's even like kind of her idea.
Well, I was gonna say she walks in and he's like climbing into a cup of milk. He's trying to kill himself.
God, that's horrible.
Well, that's kind of funny.
She's
because
like,
he's a little cookie.
I have a better idea.
Yeah. And she cooks him into, I think we had him like 3 feet tall before or something like that.
I thought he was full size.
Oh, he was a full man?
I think so.
Okay. I don't remember, but that would be really funny. Should we make him a full man again?
I guess so. I don't know. I think that puts a more even playing field.
So she bakes a full-size man again.
Yeah.
Using the crumbles of this new gingerbread man.
Yeah.
And she uses like witch powers to find the invisible man, because finding the invisible man has got to be quite.
Well, he's still got the bandages on.
Oh yeah.
And then there's that scene where he takes them off.
Yeah. Maybe so. Okay. He would have to. He figures out maybe there's a scene where the Gingerdead man goes to the courtroom, breaks in, kills some people because it's still a horror movie.
Yeah, of course.
And he like gets on a computer to figure out where the invisible man
smashing
lives.
his gingerbread hands into the
crumbs are falling off.
Oh no! Not into the keyboard.
Yeah, he gets some of the keyboard spray. This isn't like making me cough. I think I am dying. I think it's giving me pneumonia.
I have black lung because of this
movie. So yeah, he.
Yeah, what? What now? What happens now?
I'm trying to think. He uses the courthouse to find out where the invisible man lives.
Yeah.
He shows up at his house.
And he's got a gun.
He's got a knife.
Yeah, knife. And then the invisible man has a gun.
He has a fucking rocket launcher.
Well, the neat thing about gingerbread or Gingerdead man is like he could have like his arm blown off and he's like fine.
Yeah.
Because he's just a cookie.
That's his superpower. The invisible man is invisible, and that's his superpower. So he shows up at the house. What does he do? Does he like knock?
I think so. He knocks shave and haircut.
Oh. Yeah. I didn't know what that was called.
Sorry.
So he knocks. Invisible man opens the door. He's covered in bandages. He's like, "What? How are you so big?
How'd you get so big?" Sick gains, bro.
Sick gains, bro.
And then he comes at him with a knife.
He just comes at him with a knife. So then there's like a chase scene.
Yeah. It goes on for a minute, and then he gets away, and he takes the bandages
That's what I was going to
off.
say. He locks himself in his bathroom, And then there's the scene where in the mirror he's unraveling his bandage. And it's cool. It's kind of like the Universal thing, the original movie from like the fucking 40s.
He's taking it off. And then we see the Gingerdead man walking down a hallway and a floating axe
behind him.
Yeah. And then just chunk
his arm off.
Yeah.
He picks it up and runs.
His arm off?
He picks his arm up and runs. And he gets into the kitchen.
He puts some icing.
That's what I'm going to say. He uses icing
God!
to put it back on.
This is so stupid!
Okay, so we've kind of gotten to the point like we did with the Chucky movie.
He puts his arm back on. And then the fight continues.
And the fight continues.
Who wins?
That's what I was going to ask. They both have good...
Does one of them have to win?
It can be ambiguous.
Okay.
Like in Freddy vs. Jason, it ends and I think that Jason wins because Jason cuts off Freddy's head. But then he's carrying his head and it zooms in on, it's like showing a shot of Freddy's head in Jason's hand. And Freddy opens his eyes and winks. So it's like, did Jason really win? No. Did he like win the fucking fight though? Yes. So maybe one of them wins the fight. Maybe the Invisible Man gets a cookie cutter.
Well, what I was thinking is the Invisible Man gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
He like, I meant the other way around.
The Gingerdead
Man gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
He like hurts him, and you see like a pool of blood or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, thinks it's done, and then we just pan over and you see bloody footprints out into the.
Wow, that's good.
Outside.
That's good.
Got away.
So that's pretty ambiguous.
Then what that means is we can have the Gingerdead Man versus the Invisible Man. Two.
I like that ending. Let me give you another one.
Okay.
Just to have possibilities. Yes. And because we have to fill some time.
Yeah.
So, the Invisible Man gets the upper hand.
Okay.
This time. He gets a cookie cutter.
What if it's like Clue?
Multiple. When it originally comes out, depending on what theater you see it at, you get a different ending.
And then you can argue about it on the internet.
You can argue about it on the internet. And then when it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray,
it's got
them both. Yeah. And then this is how it also happened.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's directly ripped from Clue.
Yeah. Fuck off. That's funny. Fuck, what was I gonna say? The Invisible Man gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
What he does is they're fighting in the kitchen again because it has to be in the kitchen. It's the fucking Gingerdead Man.
Of course.
The Invisible Man reaches in a cabinet and pulls out a mini gingerbread man cookie cutter.
Okay.
They dig it out. He gets him to get onto he picks him up and tosses him on the counter. And he starts cutting him with the cookie cutter a bunch of times.
I like where you're going with this.
He thinks he won, and then this one's less ambiguous because you'll see in a second. He thinks he won because the Gingerdead Man is cut up.
Chopped up into a little gingerbread man.
They all wake up. All of the little gingerbread men.
I think that could be part of the fight.
That's what I was about to say. So then they pop up.
It's like he starts doing it and they start like peeling off and going at him.
He starts to walk away.
Yeah.
And then one of them peels up, and then another, and then
they all do it. They all have Daniel Day-Lewis's face.
Yeah, they're all little, and they all have his face.
And they leap at him.
And I was going to say that in this one, the Invisible Man dies.
And then we see the bloody footprints. It's like, wow, that was a double fake out.
So basically, I just gave another aspect to your ending.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I think that works, right?
I think that works. So then 50 little Gingerdead men walk away. Yeah. They scamper away. That's great.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, let's write the synopses for these movies.
Pitch them head to head.
Oh yeah, baby.
Versus Babadook versus Chucky. The fight you've all been waiting for is finally here. After a disgruntled employee turns a good guy doll evil, creating a brand new Chucky, the school bully, Tommy, gets him for Christmas, leading to an unlikely friendship. Meanwhile, we learn that the Babadook has been out of commission for some time, but when his friend Sam is the target of Tommy's ire, he seeks vengeance against the no-good bully, which sets the stage for the supernatural fight of a lifetime.
Beautiful. It's probably the best movie ever made.
No.
It's very matter of fact. Okay. You ready for mine?
I am.
The Invisible Man versus the Gingerdead Man. In this movie mashup of the century, we finally see what happens when baked good meets man. Invisible Man. After the Gingerdead Man turns a new leaf, he opens a bakery. An accidental spill leaves the Invisible Man injured and looking for a lawsuit. After losing the suit, the Gingerdead Man falls back into his old habits to seek revenge for his lost business. When these classic villains clash, no one survives. Beautiful.
Excellent work. Which one of these is getting made?
Yeah.
Neither.
When we get down to it, we have to pick which one gets made. Honestly, I want to say that the Invisible Man versus the Gingerdead Man is more likely.
Me?
I want to say that one.
You just like the Gingerdead Man.
No, I feel like that one was just it had a better. It
had a better premise.
It had a better idea.
Yeah, a legal drama.
Well, here's the thing. When you think about the Gingerdead Man, do you think it's going to try to take a serious tone?
No, but the other one didn't either.
It didn't. But the thing is that you see you're scrolling through Amazon Prime specifically because that's where this movie is going to end up for like $2.
Of course.
You're scrolling through and you see horror movies and you're like getting to like the 17th page.
Yeah, and you see
the Invisible Man versus the Gingerdead Man. You're not expecting this movie to be good. You're expecting it to be campy, stupid, trying to be funny. It's one of those that maybe you and your friends get together, have a few beers, and laugh at.
I mean, that's both of them though, I feel like.
But I feel like when you have my thing is that, and you can totally disagree with me and pick the other one. This is just my thought process.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when you have two well-known characters and you try to do something so campy and ridiculous with them, it's set up for failure. Like when you have Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
Because they're both badass in their own right.
Yeah.
And they're both like these serious villains. Freddy versus Jason works a little bit better because Freddy is like this
camp. Yeah, he's already kind of like that. And I guess I get what you're getting at.
So I just feel like the silliness of the premise of the Invisible Man versus the Gingerdead Man makes it more likely.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, I guess.
I mean, if you still think that that's not more likely to be made,
no,
then
I really don't think. I think the Babadook is holding.
I think it is.
I think Chucky could be put in one of those situations, but I don't know about the Babadook.
Because the Babadook is another one where it's kind of campy.
Yeah, the Babadook's just kind of a horror movie.
It's just straight up and down, and the Babadook is like, you know, when we were looking up what his powers are, it was telling me.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It was telling me it was like it's a metaphor for grieving the loss of her husband.
Yeah, so it's
like a psychological.
I mean, here's the difference: slasher and horror are not.
They're different.
They're different. I guess it's. Yeah.
Pinning a slasher versus a horror is different than pinning a slasher against a slasher.
Not that the Invisible Man's a slasher, but
it's campy.
Yeah.
Like it brings its own aspect of camp too.
Yeah. And I think that I would agree with you. I think that the Gingerdead Man, Invisible Man movie,
You
whatever the hell
expect
it's
it
called,
to be.
it would be bad. You'd be like, oh my god,
It's got a low bar.
bottom of the bin.
That's
horrible
just the one
movie.
that I think is more
I think so,
likely to
too.
get made.
I think so.
If the Invisible Man is like public domain, which I don't think it is. I think Universal still owns that.
Yeah, but regardless.
Okay. Well, with all that in mind, you all cast your own votes. That's going to do it for the elevator pitch. Thank you all for tuning into this spooky episode. We had a lot of fun with it. It was an interesting concept. Can't wait to do it again next year. But yeah, like I said, we're going to leave it up to you. You can go and check out the posters that we made and cast your vote on our social media. Right now, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at TEP_pod. Like I said at the start of the episode, don't forget to tell your friends about us. And of course, leave us a review and just tell us how you like the show. We'd love to hear from you. And we'd love to have your friends listen to us, and so we can hear from them. Just so we can tweak things if need be. But that's going to do it for us. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.